Hey, what's up everybody? Joe Carteret with the Carteret Group. I'm super excited to come to you today to bring you to PlantHouse in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's go take a look inside.
Hey, how's it
what's
going?
up? How are you? I'm Joe.
Good. Bailey, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Welcome to
you as well.
PlantHouse.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited that you guys are here. I've been wanting to pop by, but I haven't had the chance. So why don't you show us around? I'd love to learn more about the shop.
Sure, so this is the shop.
Okay.
This is PlantHouse. This is where we do all the fun things.
So I'm super excited to be here. Tell me what a customer can expect. What's the experience gonna look like when they come into the PlantHouse?
Sure, yeah, so there's 3 different things you can do. Starting off, this is our retail section, so you can pick pots, plants, we kind of match it to your individual style. Over here is our workshop area, so you can build a terrarium, you can take a class. And then the other section is over at our counter where you can just sip while you're shopping.
Let's take a look around. Show me what you guys have going on in here.
Come on through.
Oh, hey, what's y'all's most rare plant here in this store?
It's actually right behind you.
Oh.
This is a philodendron pink princess. The most rare plant we have right now, you can see it has some really cool pink variegation on it.
Yeah.
These guys are awesome. We bring them in every couple weeks. It's always really exciting.
So talk to me a little bit about the potting process if
Yeah.
I come in to get something potted.
Sure, yeah, so let's walk through.
Okay.
So as I mentioned before, the way that we set our shelves is that so you can match the plants next to the pot on the shelf. Kind of a stylized experience too, makes it a little bit easier. So when you look at a shelf, you identify with that style.
Yeah.
You pick out your pot and your plant, and we actually pot it for you at the desk for free. So we're kind of setting you up for success.
Yeah. You guys have a wide selection of style.
Yes,
Tell
we
me a little
sure
bit
do.
about that.
So trends move very fast right now, but we also have such a wide customer base. We want to be able to capture everyone's style. So we've got anywhere from modern to boho, or just kind of like your general white pot.
Yeah, I mean, I love some of the style you have here, and I think it translates well to different tastes.
Yeah,
you know, you've got the traditional feel, you've got more modern look. We see that in the housing market as well, that everybody wants to be able to identify to something that is their style.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have here?
So right here we have a philodendron adansonii.
Okay.
This is a brand called Mama Pots. We really like these because they have drainage holes and a drainage tray, which is great for this type of plant. They like a really fast draining soil, which makes the pot even easier. But I am going to start with a little bit of drainage rock. We use this with almost all of our pots because some of them do not have drainage holes and they still need a way to get rid of the moisture. So
Okay.
I'm going to start with a little bit of that, and then we'll move into the soil.
And so the plant that you picked today, is this kind of a rare one, or is it more a popular one that you have?
It's definitely a popular one. It's really easy. You can put it on a trellis or you can let it trail. So there's kind of 2 different styles that you can use for it.
I always say this plant looks like a bug has eaten holes in it.
Yeah,
Just
it's
the feel for it, yeah.
they actually call it a Swiss cheese, just
Okay.
because it kind of looks like
Yeah.
Swiss cheese on their leaves. So.
And so how often do you have customers that come in and actually have you pot the plants versus them taking them home and doing them themselves?
Pretty often,
Okay.
I would say about 80% of the pots that leave the store have a plant in it. It's just
Okay,
a little
it's
bit
the
easier.
convenience.
Yeah, you don't have to make
Yeah.
a mess at your house or buy a massive bag of soil for a single plant that you purchase.
And all of your locations, do they offer the potting service
Yeah.
as well?
All
Okay.
locations offer
Perfect.
free potting service, same classes, and our DIY workshop.
Sounds good, it looks great. Now, you said something about DIY workshops.
Yeah,
What's
so you
that
can
all
build
about?
your own terrarium. You wanna
Okay.
try it out?
Oh, I'd love to. Let's go
Let's
check
do
it out.
Let's do it.
Sweet, so what
Yeah.
do we got going on?
So we're here, we're gonna build a terrarium.
Okay. Actually, before we get started though, I brought my friend.
Okay.
She's much better at planting and plants in general.
Cool.
So without further ado, Mary
Let's do
Boswell.
it.
Let's bring her in.
Hi, Mary.
Mary, what's
Hey,
up?
how are you?
All right, so you know that I can't do anything with plants. So I brought her to keep me straight today,
There we
and
go.
honest.
We're gonna
sounds
work
good.
She's gonna
together.
teach us all about it.
I'll
ready.
take you through the whole thing.
Thank you.
Cool.
So tell us a little bit about how the DIY station works. So if a customer comes in, they want to have some girlfriends with them, they want to hang out a little bit. What does that look like?
Yeah, so our pricing is all inclusive.
Okay.
So basically if you walk in during the day, you can either walk in or make a reservation, whichever one you want to do. You pick a glass off the wall. The price that's on the wall includes everything. All of your decorations, your plants, your rocks, your dirt. So it's just one all-inclusive price. You're not having to pay for add-ons. We get you set up at a table and one of our store associates walks you through the whole thing.
Okay, great. So let's get our hands dirty.
Let's do it. Yeah, so
All
we're
right.
going to start with a little bit of drainage rock, which is the bucket to your left.
Okay.
That is because the glass does not have a hole at the bottom of it, so that's going to give you some drainage. So you're going to start with 1 inch to to a 1/2 inch of that, and you can use the scoops to kind of scoop it in there.
First. How's that sound?
Scoop. Let me scoop.
There's
All
no
right.
art to this step, so however you want to do it.
And so the plants that we're using today, as you talk about like keeping the moisture down, what's the frequency of succulent? These are succulents, right?
Yes,
that we're
so
working
these are
with today?
succulents. You can mix them with cactus, but these guys are just so pretty. We're gonna stick with these. That's perfect, Mary. They like a lot of sun and not a whole lot of water, so you're gonna water them about every 2 weeks. It's about 2 tablespoons per plant, and you wanna get as close to the base as possible because they do not like getting water on their leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my kind of plant.
No
Every
water
2
on the
weeks,
leaves.
I'm all about
That's
it. No water
perfect,
on
yeah.
the leaves. We can work with that.
So you've got your rock down.
Okay.
We are gonna use one of these tools to kind of make it a nice, flat, even layer. If you wanna kind of tamp it down, make it nice and neat. Looking good.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go in with our dirt. Now that dirt is a little bit more dry, so it's got a little bit of sand, a little bit of perlite, so it's perfect for these succulents. You're gonna do about the same amount right on top of that rock. It's always best to start out with not enough than to put in too much, because there's
Okay.
no going back after that.
All right,
Cool.
excellent.
Now we're gonna get really messy. So we're gonna take one of these succulents. You can pick any of these guys out.
All right, what you think, Mary?
Oh, so
These are super cool. Look at the pink
doing middle?
edges.
So
I don't
tall
know.
one in the middle, maybe the little one's in the middle.
Now I'm gonna take this guy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you. So this soil that it has on it right now is really old. It's from the farm, so we don't want it any more in the terrarium. So we're just gonna gently kind of break it off with our thumb. And we're gonna make a big old mess on these tables.
All right, Mary.
Okay.
Get it
Now
in there.
before you plant it in there, you're going to use the dowel end of this shovel and you're gonna make a little nest in the soil. And then you're gonna drop it right down. Okay. Now you're gonna use that same one I gave you and just tamp that soil down all around it, make it nice and tight until it stands up on its own, and feel free to add more soil if you
Okay,
need
yeah,
to.
we might need some more
There
soil.
you go.
It's kind of a stress reliever. It's
It
fun,
is,
right?
yeah. You get
Relaxing.
your hands dirty. It's
Yeah.
very zen. It's very calming. Kind of connects you to nature. So
So what do we want to do now?
Cool.
So we're going to put this one on a coffee table. So it
Yes.
sounds like we're going to be able to kind of build around
yeah.
it. Is that
so
right?
we're gonna add a couple more plants. I'd pick out maybe 2 or 3 more. Same process. Make a big old mess with the old dirt. Drop it down in there. And then once we get all of our plants in there, we're gonna pack it down nice and tight, and then we can start decorating, which is the fun part.
So as Mary's doing that, tell me a little bit about the plant house.
Yeah.
So how did it come about?
Me and my parents had a online plant company for a long time. I had kind of a different vision. I wanted to do something customer facing and experience based. So we ended up shifting completely, closing that business and focusing on what is now PlantHouse. We started as Plant Bar in Virginia Beach. Our first location was at the oceanfront. The idea was to have somewhere where kind of everyone in all walks of life could come together and enjoy something that was plant-centric. Our second location opened in Richmond, Virginia, exactly a year later in November of 2019. And then Charlotte, we had planned to open March of 2020. Obviously that did not pan out.
A little hiccup there, huh?
A little
Yeah.
bit. We actually shut our doors and went online so customers could shop our plants. We shipped them all over the US and we offered pickup during COVID. But yeah, that's kind of the original vision of the business, was just to have somewhere where people could come in and breathe and build a plant and have a good time.
Yeah, and you know what? I love just the feel in here. You can tell, again, I'm not a plant guy, but when I walked in, I could feel just
Yeah.
the liveliness of it. You don't see dead plants or, leaves that are crispy or anything like that, which unfortunately, in some of the bigger brands, you do see that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's just nice. You get the vibe that you're looking for, which I can imagine, translates to loyalty
Sure.
for your customers as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're extremely thankful for the customer base that we have. When it comes to the plants and the quality, that's something we really focus on.
Well, I love it. So we're having some fun here.
Yeah,
What's next?
It's doing great. So let's clean off those leaves. You
Okay.
can use this little brush to brush the dirt off.
Oh, you get to clean them off. Look at that. You gotta make 'em
Honestly, using
perfect.
the mini tools is kind of my favorite part.
This is the fun part. All right, we're looking good.
Cool. Now we're gonna use that same rake and we're gonna pat that soil down nice and tight so that way when we put our toppings on, it doesn't get all mixed up or doesn't fall in little pits.
Toppings.
Yes.
We're making a pizza here. Okay, what's next?
So I like to do one big layer of sand just to make it look nice and clean. Start with a fresh canvas. All right, so next steps are gonna be your rock. So
Okay.
pick out whichever color you
What do you
would
think?
like.
The grays,
Definitely the
right?
darker.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep, the grays.
Now with the rock, I like to do kind of like a half moon. So you don't wanna cover your whole terrarium with it, but kind of go around the outside and leave a little pocket wherever you'd like.
What's our next step?
So now you're gonna decorate, and this is
Okay.
where it gets really cool because you can really make it whatever you'd like. So go at it and get creative with it.
This little guy here. Look at him. What do you
Voila.
think?
I love it. It's perfect. It's very zen.
Yeah, it is. Now the goal is keeping it alive.
Exactly. So that's on you now.
All right, so before we wrap up, I just want to thank you for having
Of
us
course.
today. This is super fun. Congratulations
Thank
again
you.
for you guys being here in the
Yeah.
Dilworth area. I'm super
Appreciate you
excited.
guys coming out. This was fun.
We
So
will be
fun.
back.
I love it.
I started thinking, I was like, hey, whether it's your personal home, whether it's clients that you encourage to come down here, you help them.
They'd be great as a closing gift.
Yeah, these are great. Well, now, who wants to wage a bet at how long I can actually keep these alive?
I'm gonna give you a solid 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3 because I have faith. I have faith.
Oh, look at the confidence. I
I
appreciate
have
it.
faith.
So, hey, again, thank you so much. Now, before we leave, how can folks find you other than passing by and seeing the sign outside?
Yeah, so we are PlantHouse CLT on Instagram. We also have a main TikTok that's just at PlantHouse. We post a lot of goofy stories on there. And like I said, we get a plant trick every Monday, so come and see us.
Well, we'll definitely be back. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
We'll see you
thanks
next
guys.
time, okay?
Appreciate it.
Let's
Have
take
a good
this thing
one.
home. Holy smokes, that was so much fun. Hey guys, look at this masterpiece I made. If you would like to find out more or come and make your own, have some fun time with your friends here, take a sip, get your hands dirty, make sure you check out PlantHouse Charlotte. And if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Check us out next time. We'll see you later.